What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we cover wrestling content from WWE to TNA to AEW. Still debating on the Ring of Honor. Actually, we need to try and watch that at some point today, tomorrow, whatever. Anyways, on this episode, we are covering TNA's
episode from March 13th, which was last night.
Yes. Don't mind me. I haven't slept yet. Well, I had like maybe 2 hours of sleep. Something like that. I don't know. I haven't had much sleep.
Bring back to
Anyways, so yes, TNA from the March 13th, so yesterday, opened up with a match between Eddie Edwards with Alicia versus Leon Slater for the advantage at Sacrifice.
Which is tonight.
Yes, that's actually tonight. So when I get off work, we'll watch that. We'll do our recap. At the end of this video, though, we'll do our predictions for the match card. I'm still going to upload that video on Monday, though. But we do have Sacrifice tonight. Anyways, so the advantage match for the 10-man steel cage match, which essentially is being carried out kind of like a War Games match for WWE. How you start out with 2 people in the ring, and what is it, every 5-minute intervals? I think they said something like that. One person from one team will come in
every 1 minute,
or every minute. Okay, so every minute, one person will come in. Then the next minute will be the second person from the other team, on and on and on, until they're all in the cage, and that's technically when the match begins, and then they just fight it out. My thing is, how are they doing this? Because with War Games, you have 10 guys in a cage that surrounds 2 rings, whereas this one, they haven't said that they're doing it exactly that way, but I would hope so, because 10 guys in a steel cage in one ring, one square ring.
Not a lot of space.
Yeah, there's not a lot of space. It's going to be hard to point out specific moments, like big spots, when you've got that many guys that close together. But anyways, back to last night's show. Eddie Edwards versus Leon Slater. Eddie Edwards got the win. So the team of the System and the Colognes, they get the advantage. So essentially, you got your 2 men that start. That team will get the first guy in. Then it'll be like a 2-on-1, and then it'll be a 2-on-2, 3-on-1, or a 3-on-2, yada yada yada. So pretty decent match, I guess. Not really any big spots. Granted, I've noticed generally in the world of professional wrestling, the closer that you get to a pay-per-view, the less big spots that you get. You know, like that first week after the pay-per-view is kind of just a chill thing. Pretty much, let's go ahead and take these 2 and start having them beef. Then the few weeks later, that's where you get matches with big spots. And then like the week before the pay-per-view, it's kind of a dull show, to be honest, because they're saving up for all the big shit for that pay-per-view. So it was still a decent match, though. After that, you had Sami Callihan promo ahead of his match with...
I don't remember the dude's name, but he's got an annoying chick with him.
Yeah.
We'll go back and look at that to see his name.
Yeah. pretty much he gets on the camera talking about, I've got 1 day left until I can actually get my hands on you, since apparently it was said that they can't touch each other, otherwise the match is thrown off, whatever.
No, if Sami Callihan puts his hands on his opponent before the respective match, he is fired.
Okay, fired. Whatever. Well, his opponent kind of interrupts his promo and gets all up in his face. Dude's wife slaps Callahan in the face. He wants to hit, but can't, otherwise he gets fired. I'll let you take the next match.
Next one was Wesley from NXT with Tyreek and Tyson versus Laredo Kid. It was decent. For once, his little lackeys didn't get involved.
Yeah, he actually won the match fair and square for once.
Yeah.
I personally like that match because both Wesley and Laredo Kid are kind of high flyers types. One's an actual luchador, the other one's just a high flyer. So, like I've said before, when you get luchador versus luchador, it's always a pretty good match. Same can be said when you get a luchador and a high flyer, or two high flyers together, something like that. Generally, you get good matches because you get a lot of that, like, crazy spinning around, jumping, flippy, doopy, doppy, stush. But, yeah, pretty much still a good match, though, in my opinion.
Wesley got the victory, and his opponents for Sacrifice, the Rascals and Ace Austin, came out, and they made a comment of, this is how you're supposed to do things. You're supposed to let the respective competitors complete their match, and then come out to say something, not rudely interrupt and get involved.
Which was them throwing shade at Wesley last week when the Rascals were in a match and he comes out halfway through, ends up causing a distraction. Granted, you kind of have to look at the Rascals on that too. Like, don't let yourself get distracted, because
you could say that about anybody and everybody.
Exactly. Oh,
Who's
there's
got
a
a
package
feud?
over there. Oh, anyways, after that, Santino announces a 3-on-2 match between the team of Spitfire versus Ash by Elegance and Heather by Elegance. I don't know why the fuck they don't just call them the Elegance, since they both go by Elegance.
And their concierge.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to stick his nose in it.
Technically, it will be considered a intergender match.
Only because
an
he's
intergender handicap match, technically. Granted, I don't see him doing anything but getting his fucking ass beat.
Pretty much.
Because he's not a wrestler. He's more like a manager.
But he got to be in the match because he wanted to stick his nose in
exactly
business that wasn't his.
Yeah. Shit that had nothing to do with him other than his employers had to be the concierge for the team of Spitfire for like 24 hours.
Yep.
So there's that match that's going to be on the card. Personally, I don't really even care about that match. I don't see it really being I'm not saying that it won't be a good match. I just don't see it being a wow factor.
Now, we know Ash by Elegance. She was formerly known as Dana Brooke from WWE.
Not gonna lie, she does not look like she did back in WWE.
She lost all the weight, she built a whole bunch of muscle, and she's actually doing something in a different company than she did in the other one.
Yeah. Which, it's not even just her body is different, like her face looks different. And maybe it's because she lost weight in the face too.
Yeah.
But
she just looks...
She had to point out that was Dana Brooke. I was like, wait, the fuck?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, she looks completely different.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, good for her for, like, dropping the weight and, like, beefing up, I guess. Because, I mean, she's not, like, bodybuilder status, but she does look healthier than she did back in WWE.
If I'm not mistaken, she had first come on WWE with Emma.
Yeah.
But they didn't last long.
I miss Emma.
Well, she just had a baby.
So, she's been gone from WWE for a minute. Then came back for, like, 2 weeks,
They
and then was
never
gone again.
keep her very long.
I know.
They don't know what to do with her.
I loved her. She was awesome.
Not to mention, they put her with Santino when he was still there, and they
Um,
both had the little cobras.
I can't remember how you pronounce her actual name, but that's what she goes by now for her in-ring name. It's like
Tennille Dashwood.
that. Thank you.
Hmm?
I was about to say some really off-the-wall name, Tanasha or some shit like that.
And I believe she's married to Rick Moss.
I think, yeah.
They just had a little baby together.
Congratulations. Our side note really kind of just takes over sometimes.
Yes.
But let's backtrack. Miss you, girl. Wish you'd come back. I get why you're out right now. But back to TNA.
Next match was Zaya Brookside versus Rosemary. Rosemary doing her normal thing, and then she decided
Being
to
creepy.
try and bring a chain in.
Yes.
Zaya Brookside took it from her, and then
She went to use it.
she was going to use it, but because she's the good guy, she was going to listen to the ref and not. So Rosemary missed,
You spit the mist into
Her face.
Zaya's face.
which caused a DQ. So Zaya Brookside won by a disqualification.
Granted, I didn't think they were about to do it because it was like a full fucking minute later before they rang the bell saying that it was a DQ. I was like, so the chain would have been a DQ, but the mist isn't? And then they finally called it as a DQ. And I'm like, okay, thank you. Stick to the shit. It wasn't too bad of a match. Again, none of these matches so far have really had that wow factor to make you kind of get on the edge of your seat.
But we believe
they're not bad.
They're
storyline-
saving
or
the
story
holy shit wow factor
for Sacrifice.
Yeah, for Sacrifice right now.
After that, you had JDC versus Cody Deaner, which, oh my god, I'm not gonna lie, that shit irritated the fuck out of me. That shit was so goddamn annoying.
Cody just kept talking and talking.
Yeah. JDC comes out, Cody comes out talking about how he's here for the people and his personal life is great. He's now a father of 4 children, but his professional career wasn't on track because he made mistakes. Dude, nobody cares. Get in the fucking ring, get your ass beat, and get the fuck out. Like,
He did.
exactly.
JDC won.
Yeah, it was so annoying. Granted, at first JDC was like, all I care about right now is my match at Sacrifice. So, do us both a favor and stop wasting time. Walk out of this ring, let the ref count to 10, and I'll win by count out.
Mm-hmm.
And he almost did. And Loki, I kind of wish he would have, because this was honestly a wasted, 10 minutes?
Yeah, pretty much.
They could have done something else with that time slot. But, whatever, I get it. Every person who's going to be, or who had a match tonight that is going to be in this 10-man fucking steel cage match, they're going to win their matches. Why? Because it builds the fucking yes. Anyways, after that was Tessa Blanchard and Cora Jade, who, yes, I said Cora Jade, NXT, but, NXT and TNA have this dwelling with each other right now. So, Tessa Blanchard and... See that? Did you see that? Tessa Blanchard and Cora Jade versus Masha Slamovich and Lee... God damn, that's
Lei Ying Lee. It's not that hard. You were just overthinking it. It's Lei Ying Lee.
That one.
She used to be
Xia Li.
Yeah.
That's what I keep wanting to call her. But
it was a pretty good match. Tessa and Cora won. Cora, while the ref was distracted, grabbed Masha's championship belt and hit her with it, and then rolled out of the ring. Tessa being the legal person, she took advantage and got the win.
Yes. Keep in mind, Cora Jade and Masha Slamovich have a match at Sacrifice for the Knockouts Championship.
And then Tessa and Lei Ying Li have their own respective match at Sacrifice.
Yes. So, it's Sacrifice.
So, the heels won. Then we had a recap of the Ali and Santana Summit, which was just really stupid. We're not even going to go on to that. So,
long story short, blah, 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 blah. Ali's people, attack, attack, attack. Here's alcohol since you're trying to be sober. I'm going to put this next to your knocked out body. Ah. Okay, there you go.
To end out the night, we had Joe Hendry open challenge for the TNA Championship. Before the match got started, Frankie Kazarian joined the announce table because he's got something that he can, at any time...
TNA's version of the Money in the Bank.
Yep. He can basically cash in on a TNA Championship match at any time, anywhere, whenever he chooses.
Anytime, any place. I'm going to point it out, though. Kazarian is just a fucking Wish version of Chad Gable.
Yep. We had Joe Hendry mention Santino Marella.
Sorry about that.
Sorry for the intermission. But as I was saying, Joe Hendry mentioned Santino Marella, so he came out stating that he
said my name and all up here. Let's see if it works with Santino. Santino! Holy crap, it works!
So he was saying that he had somebody for Joe Hendry to go against, and Ryan Nemeth came out, announced when Nick Nemeth was supposed to return, because he returns
my big brother
on Sacrifice tonight. And he's like, my big brother said I could take his rematch for the TNA Championship. They had that little match.
Literally
Joe
one
won
move.
within one move.
Literally hit his finisher first move. 1, 2, 3, done. Alright, next.
And Santino's like, that is not...
that guy's out of his mind.
Yes. Literally, that is what he said. He's like, that is not who I had chosen for you. He had a returning Hammerstone. Like, I don't know who this dude is. This is the first time I've seen him. He's been out for months for leg surgery.
Dude's, like, oddly built.
Yeah.
Like, his... the bathroom symbol for the female, how it's the triangle, turn that upside down. That is this dude's body. It's a straight triangle and a mohawk. Like, dude, why is you built like this?
Yeah. So it was Joe Hendry versus Hammerstone. It was a good, decent match. They went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Joe Hendry retained. Because of the fact that he retained, the System and the Colognes attacked him ahead of their match at Sacrifice tonight.
Big shocker there.
Matt, Jeff, Elijah, and Slater came out to join to kind of even the odds.
Considering that's basically everybody in the 10-man match. Minus one who... My big brother...
And Moose will also be in a match of his own, so he was not involved in the 10-man match.
Yeah. It'll be Matt and... Or not Matt.
Yes.
Moose and Jeff.
Moose and Jeff in a ladder match for the X Division title.
So, that's why you've got the rest of the System in the Colognes against Joe Hendry, Matt,
Elijah.
Nick Nemeth, Elijah, and Leon Slater.
Yep.
So, instead of, Matt and Jeff, because Jeff's already got a match.
Yep. Jeff earned him a title shot at the X Division Championship.
Yep.
So, and
Ooh,
he's good with ladders, so...
I mean, Matt and Jeff were one of the innovators of the ladder match,
Yeah,
so...
so that's going to be a decent match.
Go ahead, pull up the card. Overall, I'd say that show there wasn't really any big wow factors at all last night. So I'm going to give it like a 4.5.
Yeah.
And that's no disrespect to anybody who competed last night. It's just, they were straight up matches, you know. Nothing too crazy, nothing too wild. Which from a business perspective, it kind of makes sense. Let's go ahead and go out there, entertain them a little bit. Let's not do anything too risky, because the last thing that we need is somebody to get injured right before the pay-per-view. So I get it on the business standpoint. But with that being said, I like the wow factor. It doesn't have to be a crazy match. Like, not every match needs to have some crazy stipulation, like steel chairs. Excuse me. Steel chairs or tables or fire or anything like that. I'm not saying it has to be that. But you can have wow factor in a one-on-one basic ass match. And when the show seems to kind of lack that wow factor, it falls flat. Point blank period.
I'm not finding the whole match card.
Go to image search.
I did. That's all it's pulling up is 4 matches.
That's wild. Is that my...
That's 4 of the matches, but there's more than that.
See, so there's, as we were saying, the 10-man match. There's the ladder match between Moose and Jeff, Sami Callahan, and Mance Warner.
Yeah.
Tessa Blanchard and
Wei Ying Lee.
that one.
Then we know
Cora Jade and Masha Slamovich. There's Mustafa Ali and
Santana.
Santana.
And then Frankie Kazarian is going against somebody. They told him last minute last night.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah.
Still trying to...
It's Spitfire versus Ash and Heather by Elegance and the Personal Concierge, and then Frankie Kazarian versus Steve Macklin.
Okay.
So that is all the respective matches.
Alright, so let's actually just go back to that picture you were just on. Excuse us while we have some technical difficulties.
Yeah. So there's that one.
Alright, so the 10-man match, that has no choice but to be a great match.
Yeah.
Just because you've got that many good competitors in a ring surrounded by a steel cage.
Yeah.
I think that might take the match of the night, to be honest.
But we will see.
Exactly. Moose versus Jeff in a ladder match.
That's gonna be a good match.
That'll be a close runner-up, if not match of the night.
Yeah.
I'm calling the 10-man tag match as the match of the night, or going to be the match of the night, just because of what it is.
Yeah.
Cora Jade versus Slamovich for the Knockouts title. Excuse me. That has potential to be a good match. Personally,
He wants Cora to win, personally. He has a little crush on Cora Jade.
duh. Yeah. Jade's always been my girl, okay? Jade has always been my girl. Along with Bliss and Liv.
And Sky Blue.
Yeah. And Julia Hart.
Okay, anyway, to get back on track, next is the Ali and Santana match. Really don't care about that match.
It's a personal match, don't get me wrong. So it has the potential to be a good match. But
I don't care who
it also
wins or
has the
loses
potential
that
to
match.
flop.
Yeah.
No, I want Santana to win that just because Ali's being a fucking prick. So I want Santana to win that.
Fair enough.
But if he doesn't, okay, next.
You're a little salty? Okay.
And action.
Again, sorry for the intermission.
So the next one that we're talking about is the Sami Callahan versus
Mance Warner.
Mance Warner. That one
Was Stephanie. That's her name.
Yeah, don't care. She looks like a troll. That one, honestly, I think is going to be good. Is there any stipulation to that one, or is it just a straight up? Okay, I'm gonna call it now.
Street fight.
Oh, it is a street fight?
Yep, it's a street
Good,
fight.
good. Just because of how intense those two are with each other.
And Sammy Callahan, I have seen him firsthand. He's a menace. That street fight's gonna be something else.
So, I was about to say, I was going to say if it was just a one-on-one, no stipulation, that's not the end of it. But it's a street fight. That's going to be an intense match. That might tie with Jeff and Moose in the ladder match. Next is
Tessa Blanchard versus Lei Ying Lee.
that one. Personally, I don't even care about that match. It doesn't really seem like there was enough build-up for it. It doesn't really seem too personal.
Yeah. It's just something else to fill in for
time's sake.
Yeah.
After that,
I believe that might be all the matches.
we still need to talk about the other four. I think. No.
No, we've discussed
Give
them
us
all
a
now.
second.
We've already discussed them.
No, the Rascals match.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Rascals and Ace Austin versus Wesley, Tyson, and Tyreek.
Sorry. I just saw the hand reach around the corner.
And the Ash by Elegance and Spitfire.
That match. I do not give two flying fucks about that match.
I'm pretty sure Spitfire will win. Cause
Exactly.
Ash and Heather and the Concierge.
It's predictable.
They have not
And
beat
I
this
don't-
team once at this point. But anywho, the Rascals and Ace Austin, the 6-man tag. That's going to be a good match.
Yeah.
A lot of them, there's some powerhouses, there's a lot of high flyers in this match. People who know each other so well.
I was about to say, it's deeply personal considering Wesley used to be part of the Rascals. And then he ended up on NXT with one of the guys from the Rascal. They debuted in NXT together. One of them got let go. Wesley stayed.
Zachary Wentz.
Yeah. So Zach and I can't remember the other dude's name. But those two got back together, formed the Rascals again over in TNA. They came to NXT before the actual, I don't want to say merger, but companionship between the two brands was actually announced. They
Trey Miguel.
There we go, Miguel. So they came over there. They did a little thing with Wesley. Wesley turned his back on them, literally attacked them. And there's been a personal rivalry between Wesley and Wentz and Miguel since. So it's a deeply personal match for everybody in the Rascals, let alone the rest of the group.
Yeah, because Wesley is trying to get Tyreek and Tyson to a whole nother point because they're not really getting
a whole nother level.
Not
Osprey?
really. It's
Osprey? A whole nother
No.
level.
No. With them being a team, Tyreek and Tyson haven't had
They
tag
never
titles
took
yet.
off.
That they haven't gotten to a point where they've held gold.
Mhm.
So Wes is trying to
Even
manage
as single
them.
competitors, they haven't
and-
held gold.
Exactly. So Wesley is trying to get them to a better point in their career to be able to do that.
And as far as Wesley goes, with his NXT career, he's only held gold twice. Once as tag team before Zachary left, and then he was also United States champion. Or not United States, North American champion. What real, credibility do you have to take people into your wing?
I mean,
you're a mid-carder.
He's also got titles from other industries.
Well, that's what I was saying
But-
from his NXT career.
But in the WWE industry, he hasn't really held the top title yet.
He's a mid-carder. What mid-carder do you see taking somebody else under their wing? No.
But, I mean, I guess when you don't have many friends, you gotta keep your enemies close, friends, or whatever.
Keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer.
Yeah, that part.
But that's the card. There's 2 matches I don't really care about. Most of them I feel are going to be good.
Yeah.
That whole Elegance versus Spitfire match, to me, it's just going to be a flop. It's not going to amount to anything worth a damn.
Spitfire has already beat them twice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just because they add the concierge in there does not
Who is
mean...
not even a wrestler.
But because he got involved, Santino's like, if you want to get involved in wrestler business, you're going to wrestle.
I mean, I agree. I'm just saying, like, what contribution is he really going to bring to this?
He's not. He's going to get his ass handed to him.
It's a comedy match. That's all it's really going to be.
Yeah. It's the joke match for the night.
Yeah. But, like I said, that pay-per-view is tonight. So, we will watch that when I get home from work.
Along with SmackDown.
But that's for our WWE video.
Yep.
I will upload the WWE video tomorrow. Then we'll have the AEW on Sunday, and then I'll upload the Snack of Rice.
Sacrifice.
Snack of Rice. I will upload the Snack of Rice pay-per-view on Monday. So that's what you guys got to look forward to over the next few days. Anything else? Of course, my dog wants to start part. Apparently my dog has something to say.
Yeah, but
No? Okay,
again, like, share, comment, ask questions.
subscribe.
Subscribe, yes, absolutely. He'll be posting bloopers to the TikTok.
Yes, I'm actually
Pretty
going
soon.
to do that. I actually started editing clips together last night while I was at work, and then work got busy.
So, we do have a TikTok. He'll be posting the bloopers from...
The TikTok will be down below.
Yep.
And also at the end of the video, where you guys have seen it before. It'll be at the end of the video, and it'll also be down below in the description of the video. But yes, go there. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get the bloopers up tonight on the TikTok page. Granted, I've heard something about TikTok getting banned again, but we'll see. We'll have it until we don't.
Yeah.
And at that point, we'll figure out something else.
Yep.
But if I can't get the blooper TikTok up tonight, I'll get it up tomorrow. It all depends on how busy work's going to be tonight.
Right. Which will both be working tonight.
Once there's enough blooper clips, I'll also put up a full blooper montage on here as well. I just don't want to upload, I guess I could do it as a short.
Yeah.
But, actually, you know what? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do YouTube short, and then also put it over on the TikTok. Go blow both this and the TikTok up for us. We appreciate it. So far, I think we're doing pretty decent for this being our second week.
Mm-hmm.
The lack of what's it called? The lack of negative feedback. I think we're doing pretty good. Again, let us know if there's something that we can improve on. As we go, I'll get better with my editing aspect. But that being said, we'll
catch y'all later.
love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit up the TikTok. And we will see you tomorrow.